It was family movie night at the Loud House, which meant it was Friday. It was a fun night for everyone. What they do on family movie night is that they all watch a movie, eat snacks, and play games after. It was a great way to end a week of school with a good Friday night, and the Louds really enjoyed family movie night. Since it was Luann's turn to pick a movie, she'd pick Stephen King's It 2017 movie for them to watch. Now, since the younger siblings were too scared to watch the movie, they were going to be watching SpongeBob in Laurie's room. Luann also picked some snacks too while the movie plays, which they were apples with caramel, popcorn, veggies, and dip along with peanut butter and banana roll-ups. "These snacks look good to eat," Lincoln said, as he helped his older sister carry the snacks to the living room. "They sure will be," Lenny added, when they were surprised when Luann appeared from the chimney, dressed up as Pennywise. "Luann, you scared the crap out of us," Laurie said, startled by Luann's clown makeup. "I dressed up as Pennywise for the movie, as you know why I picked It, the 2017 remake," Luann replied. "The clown is really creepy, not gonna lie, dude. If it was Halloween, everyone would be scared of you," Luna stated. "If Pennywise was in Royal Woods, he would say this," Luann then started, and then appeared with a red balloon in front of the door of their house. "We all float down here, and you'll float too." After Luann said that, she did the best Pennywise clown laugh that she could muster. "Now this is making me scared of clowns," Lenny commented. "Luann, Pennywise isn't real, you know," Laurie added. "If he was, I wouldn't be scared of him," Luann said, as Lynn Sr. and Rita showed up. However, Luann did manage to give Lynn Sr. a scare with her Pennywise costume. "That costume is terrifying, but it's perfect for Halloween," Rita said to Luann as everyone sat down to watch the movie. While the movie was being played, Laurie, along with Lenny, Luna, Lynn Sr., and Lincoln all jumped when Georgie's arm was ripped off by Pennywise. "That sure scared the shit out of me," Lincoln said, hiding under the blanket. "It's only a movie," Rita reminded him. "And sure, he is scary, I'm not gonna lie." "I didn't get to that part," Luann chuckled. "That's because you've literally watched it many times, Luann," Laurie replied, ruffling her hair playfully. "Watch out, Laurie, or you may end up floating too," Luann said while giggling clown-like cackle. After the family movie night was over, it was around 2 a.m. when Luann went to use the bathroom. However, when she came back and sat on her bed, she decided to give her roommate Luna a bit of a prank. "Luna? Luna?" Luann whispered loudly. This got the attention of the rock star, who slowly opened her eyes. "What is it?" Luna groggily asked. "Would you like a balloon?" Luann replied, questioning Luna. "Maybe in the morning, dude," Luna stated. When she looked to her left, she saw Mr. Coconuts was wearing the Pennywise mask over his face. Luna screamed a yelp as she hid under the blanket. Luann was laughing while Luna was not. "Dude, what the hell was that for?" Luna yelled angrily, not liking that stunt that Luann pulled. "It was just a joke, Luna. Did Mr. Coconut scare you?" Luann questioned while laughing. "That was not funny, dude. Pennywise in the film scares me, but pranking me with that isn't cool," Luna scolded. "I just need to get a laugh out of it," Luann giggled. "Get your ass back into bed, Luann, or Pennywise may end up having you float with him," Luna stated as she went back to bed. At the same time, Luann went back to bed herself. The next morning was a rainy day. However, in the Loud House, it was not as loud as any other day would be. Since the Louds were all inside all day, Lincoln decided to start making a paper boat with the help of Laurie to wax the boat so it would float. "There we go, Lincoln. The boat is already good for sailing," Laurie said, handing the boat to Lincoln. "SS Laurie is her name," Lincoln replied as she hugged his sister. "Can you come outside with me to test it out?" "Sure, Lincoln. Bobby said he'll call me in a while," Laurie said as she grabbed her raincoat, as Lincoln went to his room to grab his. "Are you going out in the rain, dude?" Luna asked, stepping out of the bathroom to see Laurie in her rain gear. "Lincoln wants to test out his paper boat I helped him make. Meet SS Laurie," Laurie replied, showing Luna the boat. "I remember that boat when Georgie sailed it in it," Luna said. Then Luan looked up to have a look at the boat. That boat is nice, Lori. You and Lincoln did a great job at it, Luan commented. Ready to go, Lori, Lincoln said, as he was already in his rain gear. Luna, you're in charge while me and Lincoln are gone, Lori stated. Okay, Lori. I know you don't trust Lenny since she has no brain, but I can do this, Luna replied, as Lori and Lincoln both headed outside of the loud house to play in the rain. Lincoln set his paper boat on a stream of water that went by their house, so he ran after the boat on the sidewalk while Lori was not far behind, so she could keep an eye on Lincoln in case if something were to happen. As Lincoln followed the paper boat a few houses down, the SS Lori boat was about a few meters from the storm drain. Lincoln hoped that he would catch it in time, only for the boat to fall through the storm drain. As Lincoln crouched down towards the opening of the storm drain, he looked in to see if he could spot the boat, but he had no idea if it was there. What happened? Lori asked. The paper boat fell in, Lori, Lincoln replied. It's not a big deal. We can always make another one, Lori stated as her phone rang, and it was Bobby. Lincoln, I'm not going far. I gotta take this call, Lori said to Lincoln as she answered the call from Bobby. Lincoln sighed as he looked in the storm drain. Suddenly, two pairs of blue eyes popped in the dark, startling Lincoln. Hiya, Lincoln, the voice said, and the figure got closer to the entrance of the storm drain. It was a clown that appeared from the sewer. What a nice boat. Do you want it back? Yes, please, Lincoln replied, seeing that the clown as the SS Lori boat was the one Lincoln was looking for. You look like a nice boy. I bet you have a lot of friends, the clown replied. I have friends at school, and I live with 10 sisters, Lincoln started, then paused and looked to see that Lori was still on the phone with Bobby. My oldest sister's with me on the phone with her Bobby Boo Boo Bear. I bet she's always on the phone with him. She must be a caring sister to you, the clown replied. She sure is. Lenny is the second oldest, not the brightest one but still kind. Then there's Luna the rock star, and my fourth sister is Luan the prankster. She loves clowns, Lincoln said. They must be kind sisters to ya, Lincoln, the clown commented. My other sister is Lynn, or Lynn Jr. we call her. She plays sports, and since I'm the middle child, I have younger sisters as well. There's Lucy the goth that likes scary stuff, and then there's twins, Lola and Lana. One likes to be the princess, and the other one likes to get dirty. Lincoln continued to explain about his sisters to the clown. Then there's Lisa, the genius of the family, and Lily's the baby sister of the family, and then there's my mom and dad. Sounds like you have a big family that loves you much, Lincoln. Do you want a balloon? The clown asked. I can give your sisters a balloon too. I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers, Lincoln answered. Oh, well, I am Pennywise, the dancing clown, Pennywise said, as the ruffles jingled when he shook his head. Pennywise, yes. Meet Lincoln. Lincoln, meet Pennywise. Now we aren't strangers, are we? As Lori was on the phone with Bobby, she had a strange feeling that something wasn't right with Lincoln talking to someone in the storm drain. Something didn't sit well with her, but kept an eye on Lincoln. What are you doing here in Royal Woods? Isn't Derry where you're from? Lincoln asked. Storm blew me away, and my circus away from Derry, and I ended up here in Royal Woods, Michigan, Pennywise answered. Can you smell the circus, Lincoln? As Lincoln nodded his head yes, he noticed that Pennywise was drooling, and started to become uneasy about it. Lori soon stepped in about a few feet from the storm drain on the other side of the street, making her presence known. She could tell that something was wrong and didn't want Lincoln to get hurt or worse. Bobby, I gotta go. Can I call you back? Lori asked as she hung up the phone. Lincoln, we have to go. It's gonna rain harder soon, Lori called out to him, seeing that Lori made Pennywise frustrated since he had planned to eat Lincoln. But since Lori was there, he couldn't do it with her around since she was protecting him. I gotta go now. My sister's calling me, Lincoln stated. Without your boat, before you forget, Pennywise said, having the boat in his hands. Lincoln crouched down lower and then took the boat from the clown. If Lori wasn't there to keep an eye on things, Pennywise would have bitten Lincoln's arm off. However, that didn't work as Lincoln got his boat back and said goodbye to the clown. Maybe I can get the fear from his sisters. I could sure have the family float down here, Pennywise said to himself. While walking home in the rain, Lori was a bit quiet throughout the way home, confusing Lincoln as to why she was quiet. Lincoln had tried to ask Lori what was wrong. However, she did not say anything to him. Once they got back, they looked to see the younger siblings were watching Sesame Street in the living room. After taking the rain gear off, Lori and Lincoln headed upstairs to Lori's room where she and Lenny slept. Since Luna and Luan along with Lynn were playing music in Luna and Luan's room, Lenny was also having a shower in the bathroom. Lori shut the bedroom door as Lincoln sat on her bed, then Lori turned to face him. "Now Lincoln, I know you asked me what was wrong, but I wanted to wait till we got back here for me to explain it to you," Lori stated. "Am I in trouble? I didn't do anything wrong, Lori. My boat fell in the storm drain, and Pennywise the clown gave it back to me," Lincoln replied, explaining to Lori as to what she witnessed. "I understand all that. I also saw that clown was what she was going to do, also made my presence known so he wouldn't hurt you," Lori said. "Remember what Pennywise did to Georgie in the movie when he ripped his arm off? I had that fear clicked onto me. That's how I knew something wasn't right." "How would I have known he was going to do that? He was nice enough for me to give my clown back and we made," Lincoln replied. "That isn't the point, Lincoln. We both know he is in Royal Woods, to which we have no idea how on earth he got here. But one of us could be their next victim if we're not careful. I have to call a sibling meeting about this," Lori stated as she grabbed her phone to text all of her sisters. "Am I in trouble?" Lincoln questioned. "No, you're not in trouble, Lincoln. I just got scared and paranoid. That's why my instinct wanted to keep you safe kicked in," Lori answered, and then she opened the door to see all of her sisters arrived and walked in Lenny and Lori's room. "What does this mean for?" Lynn Jr. asked. "Lincoln and I witnessed something, and honestly, I would have lost him if I hadn't gone with him," Lori explained. "What is it?" Lisa asked. "It was a clown. I saw him in the sewers in the storm drain. While Lori was on the phone with Bobby, the paper boat fell in the storm drain. When I reached down to grab the paper boat, a clown named Pennywise appeared," Lincoln explained. "What was his plan to do with you?" Lana asked. "Well, I literally had a feeling that something was not right. As soon as I saw Lincoln near the storm drain, I heard and saw what Lincoln was doing, so I stood there in the open of the storm drain. So as soon as Lincoln got his boat back, we headed back home as quickly as possible," Lori explained, explaining the situation. "So Pennywise is in Royal Woods?" Lucy asked. "Yeah, and if I wasn't there to protect Lincoln, Pennywise would have ripped his arm clean off like how he did to Georgie," Lori replied. "Ah, so he's in Royal Woods? Well, if he is, I know he'll want to make us float with him." Luan laughed. "Pennywise is evil, dude!" Luna shouted. "Are you out of your mind? He eats the fear of people. Not gonna lie, he is pretty scary. I want to tackle that clown if I see him, and I want to beat the shit out of him. I dare him to come at me," Lynn Jr. said. "Well, if he's here, we need to report all of our sightings to each other," Lori stated. "So is he cute?" Lenny questioned. As everyone turned to face Lenny, a shocking set of looks upon their faces. "No way, Lenny! He isn't cute! He's scary with teeth!" Lola scolded. "Should we warn Mom and Dad about it?" Lincoln asked. "Only if one of us gets hurt," Lori replied. "But for now, let's let each other know if we see him." "Alright, we'll do that," Lisa said, ending the sister meeting. The rest of the weekend went very well for the Louds. However, they hadn't seen Pennywise all weekend. When most of the Louds sisters and Lincoln were at school, Lori was at home with her parents left for work. While they were home alone, Lori was in the kitchen making herself some lunch. "Lori, I need your help," a voice called out. It happened to be the voice of Lynn Sr., but that was strange, since Lynn Sr. was at work. How could he be here? "Dad, I thought you were at work," Lori questioned, as she walked outside towards the backyard of the house, and just as she did so, she saw Pennywise grab her by the neck and held her high. "Gotcha!" Pennywise laughs, as he still got a hold of Lori. "Put me down! I know what you're thinking. You almost killed Lincoln by ripping his arm off, and I'm literally not stupid. And if you think of hurting me, I'll have your..." Lori was cut off by Pennywise digging his claws into Lori's sides, making her yelp in pain. "Tell your parents about me, and you and your siblings will be sorry," Pennywise growled as he dropped Lori back to the ground. As soon as Pennywise disappeared, Lori looked at her sides. No bleeding or scars were present. As Lori stood back up, She was just as shocked about seeing Pennywise up close. If she warned her parents about the evil clown in Royal Woods, that something bad could happen to them. Lori heads back to the kitchen to make herself a sandwich for lunch. When she headed back inside, Lenny walked in with a dress with polka dots on them. "Lori, what happened?" Lenny questioned. "I literally saw Pennywise up close. He grabbed me and threatened to hurt our parents if we told them," Lori answered, showing a hint of fear in her voice. "Oh my God, are you okay?" Lenny asked. "Yeah, he tried to dig his claws into my sides, but I'm okay and I'm not bleeding," Lori answered. "I wonder why he's in Royal Woods anyway," Lenny wondered. "I wondered that too. He tried to lure me out of the house by pretending to be my dad, when he's literally at work, for crying out loud," Lori sighed. After making lunch for herself and Lenny was upstairs working on a new dress while eating lunch. Lori was watching TV while on the phone with Bobby while making a new dress. Lenny looked at the work of her newest work of creation of her dress. "This dress is something," Lenny wondered. Just then a gloved hand handed her a piece of red fabric to her. "Thank you, Lori," Lenny said. But when the voice didn't reply, Lenny looked to see Pennywise was behind her. "Hello, Lenny Loud," Pennywise says with a grin, making Lenny jump and tangled up in her clothes, along with the fashion-related stuff. "Don't scare me like that," Lenny scolded. "Or what? Tell Mommy about me?" Pennywise replied with a smirk. "If you dare tell Rita and Lynn Sr. about me here, you'll float too with your siblings too." Pennywise chuckled as he disappeared into thin air, making Lenny hesitate on opening her eyes. "Lenny, I heard screaming and a clown cackle. What's going on?" Lori questioned in a frantic tone. "Lori, I saw him," Lenny replied in a panicked tone. "You saw Pennywise too? What did he do to you?" Lori asked. "I was making a dress. When he handed me that red piece of fabric, he scared me by sneaking up on me. He threatened that we will float if we tell Mom and Dad," Lenny said her statement. "Pennywise says that is a way of scaring us. I've literally seen the It Chapter 1 and 2, as well as the 1990 movie with Tim Curry," Lori replied, helping Lenny clean up the mess that she made when Pennywise jumped and scared her. While at high school, Lynn Jr. was in her senior year and was playing basketball with her class. All was going well for her. However, Lynn Jr. needed to use the bathroom, so she asked her teacher if she could use the bathroom. When Lynn was walking down the hallway towards the bathroom, she saw a red balloon in the middle of the hallway. To her, it was weird since it wasn't anyone's birthday as far as she knew. When Lynn Jr. got close to the balloon, it popped within a few feet from her face, jumping Lynn in surprise. "What the hell? Who pranked me?" Lynn scolded as she looked around, only to be flooded with more and more balloons in the hallway. While looking around, the balloons only surrounded her for a couple of minutes. After some minutes went by, the balloons all of a sudden popped loudly, making Lynn flinch. As Lynn Jr. opens her eyes from plugging her ears with her fingers to mute the balloons, she then sees at the end of the hallway was the clown known as Pennywise. He smiles at Lynn Jr., giving her a sadistic smile. "Hello, sporty LJ. I wanted to surprise you with balloons. As soon as I get you and your sisters too, you'll float too." Pennywise cackles, then charges at Lynn Jr. with sharp teeth. Lynn grabbed a nearby trash can and threw it at Pennywise, making a mess as well. As soon as Lynn Jr. picked up the garbage can, she saw that Pennywise was nowhere to be seen. Thus the teacher came out and asked Lynn Jr. not only to clean it up, but to ask what was going on. Since Lynn didn't know if it, as she closed the coffin back down. However, the second she did that, Pennywise jumped out of the coffin and landed on top of the lid, startling Lucy. "Gasp! You are the Pennywise clown," Lucy said, startled that Pennywise jumped out of her coffin. "Indeed I did, Lucy. Nice entrance I made," Pennywise giggled as his ruffles jingled. "Beep beep, Lucy." As soon as Pennywise said that, Lucy ran out of her and Lynn Jr.'s room, followed by Pennywise charging towards her. By the time Lucy shut her door to Lynn's room, Lynn Jr. just appeared in front of her when Lucy turned away from the door, startling Lucy. She didn't expect Lynn Jr. to not be far from her. "Lucy, what's up with you?" Lynn Jr. asked, seeing that Lucy looked like she'd seen a ghost. "Pennywise was in our room. He jumped out of my coffin and tried to chase me," Lucy answered as she opened the door to her and Lynn's room. However, Pennywise was nowhere to be found. He was in our room? Lynn asked in shock. Yes, but he disappeared, Lucy explained. He's seen Lori, Lenny, Luna, Lincoln, me, and now you. Which one of us is going to see him next? Lynn questioned, then turned her attention back to reality. Anyways, dinner is ready, and is what Dad wanted me to tell everyone up there. As Lynn and Lucy came downstairs, the Loud kids were talking about how their day was, as if nothing bad had happened. Pennywise was out of the conversation, just so they wouldn't worry their parents too much. After dinner, they had a steak dinner. They all had a pie and ice cream for dessert, before Lana was the first to finish her plate. May I be excused to put my bike away? Lana asked, realizing she left her bike on the lawn from earlier. Sure, Lana. Then you may do whatever you want before bed, Rita said, as Lana went outside. Once outside the Loud house, Lana was putting her bike in the garage door when the door wouldn't open for some reason. This confused Lana since the garage wasn't packed with stuff inside. What the? Lana questioned herself as she tried to pull upwards harder to get the garage door open. With the biggest tug, Lana was flung backwards to just a few inches from the garage door. When Lana looked up, Pennywise had a bunch of balloons in his hands. Seeing Pennywise made Lana feel scared, since she's now seen Pennywise alone. He grinned at Lana, which unsettled her, which she wasn't sure if Pennywise was going to go after her, since he had tried that with her other sisters as well. "Aw, what's the matter, Lana? Don't you want a balloon?" Pennywise asked. "You're scaring me. I know you're evil and eat kids in the It movies. I'd rather see Luan as a clown," Lana said quickly. "I may not be bad once you get to know me, Lana. We all float down here," Pennywise chuckled as Lana ran back towards the house, only to see Lola, her twin sister, opening the front door. "Lana, you look like you've seen the ghost. What's wrong?" Lola asked. I just saw him in the garage," Lana stammered in a frightful voice. "Pennywise the clown? Is that who you saw?" "Huh?" that Lola questioned, which Lana nodded. "I'll put your bike away with you, just to show you he's not there." As Lana and Lola put the bike away, Lola checked the garage, only not to see Pennywise in sight. "Do you see him?" Lana asked. "Nope, all clear," Lola replied. "See, Lana, as long as Pennywise isn't here, you're safe. I'll report my sightings to the others. Lucy has done the same after dinner," Lana said. Back inside the Loud house, Lana reported her sightings of Pennywise in the garage while putting her bike away. This put all the Loud sisters and Lincoln uneasy, as they were making themselves known to the rest of the Loud family, and Lana has now seen him. "So now Lana's seen him?" Luan questioned. "Yes, and who is his next victim to be traumatized?" Lola added, questioning herself. "What if he kidnaps one of us?" Lenny added. "Like who would kidnap us?" Lori scoffed. "Just because he did that to Beverly in the movie, how do we know if he has plans to do that to one of us?" To continue that, Lori, I want to beat the crap out of Pennywise if I ever face him again. I know he may be a shape-shifting clown. He may be strong, but I want to test that," Lynn Jr. said. "Let's make sure the doors and windows are locked, just so he doesn't try to find a way in," Luna suggested, as everyone agreed with her. After the Louds went to bed, Luan got up and looked. The clock read 1:30 a.m. The reason why she was awake because she needed to use the bathroom, so she got up and headed for the bathroom. However, once Luan was in the bedroom, Pennywise was hiding in her and Luan's closet, so she opened up the closet door. "Time to show the prankster myself. I'm well aware that she likes clowns. I do know she has a costume of mine now. I'll show her that I'm more scarier than the costume she wore." Pennywise laughed to himself. A few minutes later, Luan got back in her bedroom and got back under the covers. However, when she turned to look at her wardrobe in the corner of her and Luna's room, she was frozen in fear. Near the dresser, she saw 2 pairs of yellow eyes, along with a huge black shadow figure. "Oh no," Luan whispered to herself, not wanting to wake up her roommate. As Luan tried to close her eyes for a few minutes, she opened them again to see Pennywise, only a foot from her bunk bed. Luan knew that the clown from It was near her, giving Luan a scared look. "Hello, Luan Loud. I heard you're a prankster," Pennywise said to Luan, making her sweat nervously. "Yes, I am, Pennywise. How did you get in my house?" Luan questioned, while keeping her voice down so Luna didn't wake up. "I have my ways, Luan. I know you like clowns as much as myself." Pennywise grins at this, while drooling as well. "Why are you drooling? To me it looks gross," Luan commented, as Pennywise played with her hair for a bit. "Now you're 18 years old. I know your age as well as everything about you. You could be a daughter to me if you were my kid," Pennywise said, making Luan uncomfortable at Pennywise playing with her hair for a bit. "This is making me uncomfortable. Please get away." As Luan wrapped herself in a blanket, Pennywise frowned. "Why are you uncomfortable, Luan? I wasn't going to hurt you if that's what you were thinking. Despite the fact that you're 18, I have a girlfriend myself." "I was just joking around," Pennywise replied. "I was afraid that you were going to do that to me," Luan whimpered as Pennywise got up and headed for her and Luna's bedroom door. "Now you've seen me, don't tell your parents about me," Pennywise said as he left the loud house through the front window in the living room. "What do you plan to do to my parents if I tell them?" Luan stuttered. "You'll find out sooner or later, Luan. We all float down here, and you'll float too." Pennywise cackled loudly as he disappeared into thin air. Once Pennywise was nowhere in sight, Luna woke up half asleep. "Dude, what was he talking about?" Luna questioned. "Luna, you're awake. In case you didn't hear, Pennywise walked in our room and was talking to me," Luan replied, feeling nervous about it. "Did he hurt you?" Luna asked. "No, he touched my hair. That made me really uncomfortable," Luna answered. "Who else is he next to see him, brah? Like one of us could be next to see Pennywise," Luna stated. "Tomorrow we'll let Lori know about this, because sooner or later we'll have to find a way to get Pennywise and send him back to Derry, wherever in Maine that is." The next day, Luan and Luna told Lori that the rest of their siblings that Luna had saw Pennywise while they were asleep. The Louds didn't tell Rita and Lynn Sr. about Pennywise, knowing that the evil clown may do something to the Louds dreaded for that to happen. Lola was driving in her pink car to Flip's to get some stuff for herself and Lana. When she drove past by the park, she stopped in her car to look around the park. Then she could see a red balloon passing by. This meant that Pennywise was nearby, and seeing it made her feel nervous about it. "Did you miss me, Lola?" a voice asked. This got Lola to look around, but then found Pennywise sitting on a tree with a lot of balloons in his hand. Lola yelped upon seeing Pennywise. She didn't expect to find him at the park, but since she was his next target of torment, Lola was frightened by the way Pennywise looked. "Little boys and girls love clowns, but no one wants to play with me," Pennywise said, fake crying at this. "Yeah, I'm not falling for it. I know what you're trying to do," Lola scoffed, not fazed by Pennywise's fake crying. "Why not play princess pageants with me?" "Oh, I know you love doing that." Pennywise grins at this, making Lola feel unsettled by the clown's evil grin. "I know that grin, sir, but I'm not falling for it," Lola replied, feeling nervous at this point that Pennywise wouldn't leave Lola alone. Suddenly, Pennywise with his sharp teeth charged towards Lola, making her scream as she pressed the gas on her pink car. And as she was driving off, Pennywise fake crying, begging Lola to come back and play, before heading back to look for something to do. Lisa was in her and Lily's bedroom, working on a science project when Pennywise snuck in the house, only hiding in the closet. Lily was the first to see Pennywise as the clown came up from hiding in the closet. Surprisingly, she didn't notice the evil clown looking at Lily from her bed. "Clown!" Lily shouted when Pennywise picked up the baby of the family. This got Lisa's attention. She turned around and was scared to see the baby sister in the hands of the evil clown. "Hey, what are you doing with our youngest sibling of the family?" Lisa said sternly, catching Pennywise's attention. "Hello, Lisa. I know you and Lily share this room. She is a cute baby. If she was my kid, she'd look like me," Pennywise said while smiling. "You put her down, you freak!" Lisa shouted, punching Pennywise as best she could, although her punches did little to nothing to the strong clown. As Pennywise crouched down to Lisa's level, he picked her up. Or what, genius? Tell Rita and Lynn Sr. loud on me? Pennywise taunted Lisa, to which it didn't amuse her one bit. That's what I was going to say, Lisa replied when she was face to face with Pennywise. If you ever tell Rita and Lynn Sr. about me, I will do something that you and the rest of your family will regret. So you will be sorry if that happened, Pennywise growled as he let go of Lisa before escaping the loud house through the front door. When the Louds had a sibling meeting after dinner, everyone was notified about Lisa and Lily seeing Pennywise in their own bedroom. At the same time what was said, Lola explained that how she saw Pennywise while driving at the park as well. The Louds indeed needed to find a way to fight Pennywise to show that they weren't afraid. However, Lincoln told Rita and Lynn Sr. that Pennywise was in Royal Woods. Once they were alerted about the clown in Royal Woods, they would have to make sure that the kids were safe from the alien clown. They made sure all the windows and doors were locked at night. They checked every hiding place that Pennywise could hide if they were hiding in the house. They did what they could in order to keep themselves safe from Pennywise. However, the Louds were not aware that Pennywise was overhearing when Lincoln had told their parents about Pennywise being in Royal Woods. This pissed off Pennywise, but he was going to do something that he would regret doing later. So Lincoln told their parents about me in Royal Woods? Well, let's see how they like it when I take their parents away. Pennywise growls as he grins at what he was planning to do next. The next day, the Loud kids were all out to work and school. Rita and Lynn Sr. were both home alone. Rita was doing laundry when she heard the basement door opening. Not knowing if it was Lynn Sr., Rita turned and head upstairs, only to see Pennywise grab her. "Help!" Rita cried out, as Pennywise put his gloved hands over her mouth. "Shut up!" Pennywise said harshly. Then he heard footsteps of Lynn Sr. rushing down the stairs. "Rita, what is all the screaming about?" Lynn Sr. stopped when he saw his wife being held hostage by a clown. Clown! Lynn Sr. screamed, seeing Pennywise's red eyes with his sharp teeth showing. "You're Lynn Loud Sr. I have watched you and your family for quite some time. I even scared your children. They were sure frightened about my appearance," Pennywise said. "Let go of my wife, you scary monster clown!" Lynn Sr. shouted as he charged towards Pennywise, but the clown was much stronger than him, pushing him to the ground. "Lincoln told me about you two about me. I overheard it, so now I'm going to take you away from them," Pennywise replied, grinning as he grabbed Lynn Sr. and left the house with Rita. When Lori left work, she picked up the siblings that were in school, and when she got home with the rest of their siblings from school and work, they saw that the front door of their house was opened. Curious as to why the front door was wide open, they soon stepped inside the house. "Did Mom and Dad leave the door open? Or have we been robbed?" Lucy asked. "Doesn't look like anything was stolen. It looks like someone broke in," Lori observed as she looked at the living room ceiling. At the ceiling, the words were written in blood that said, "I have kidnapped your parents. You will die if you try to save them."